Hey everybody, it's another little WayneBite, just a little taste of this and that, and we're still dealing with crazy times here. And I'm gonna make a pizza today. Now I've made pizza recipes before, but normally I make enough pizza for like 4 little small pizzas. Today I'm gonna make pizza for 1 because I'm here by myself. Anyway, it starts off very simply with the water. Before we get started here, I'm actually gonna microwave my water till it gets nice and warm. Then I'm gonna bring it down to about 110 degrees, and that's the degree I wanna use for my actual yeast. Before we get started though, just a reminder, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get more recipes, craft projects, travel tips, restaurant reviews, all in one place. Just click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll always know when new videos are coming out. Now here we go. I've heated the water up. Let's check the temperature right now. It is at 110 degrees right now. That's actually great. That'll work. In this bowl here, I've got some Active Dry Yeast. Cut this open here. A little package, and it's not the fast yeast, it's regular yeast. Put that in there right there. To that, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of my warm water here. So I'm going to measure that out, 1/3 cup. That goes in. I'm also going to add in there 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to mix all that together real quickly. And what you want to do is you want to get the yeast activated before you actually add all the rest of the flour. So I'll mix all that together until it's nice and smooth. Okay, that's completely mixed up now. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes before we move to the next step, so I'll be right back at you. It's been about 10 minutes. Look at the yeast right now. It's sort of nice and foamy, sort of like the sponge stage as people call it, but it's nice and bubbly as you can see right there, which means it's all good to go for our next step. So what I have here, I have a bowl. I have 1 cup of flour in there. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt in there as well. And I'm just going to pour this on top, my little yeast mixture. Lovely. And then I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of just room temperature water. It was actually the water I microwaved earlier, but now it's down at room temperature. I'm going to mix that in and then stir this all together till it comes together as a dough. Pretty straightforward. That is your pizza dough right there. And then I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of flour here on the board because it's going to soak up a little bit more of that flour when you actually start putting it together. I'm going to put all this right down on top. I'm going to work a little bit more flour into this dough. Probably all this 1/4 cup will go in there, so it ends up being about 1 1/4 cups of flour. Go. And I've got a scraper here. Fancy tools are always good. A little board scraper here to keep my board nice and clean. Keep working that. And then just start working the dough. And you're going to actually knead this dough now for a good 8 minutes, all right, until it's nice and elastic. And I'm going to work this and maybe work a little bit more flour into it, but I'm going to knead this for a good 8 minutes. And you don't have to watch all of that, so come back in a second. Okay folks, it's been a good 8 minutes. This is nice and elastic right now. Take a look at that. See if I can just punch that, it comes right back. That means my dough is nicely kneaded and it's good to go. So the next step is I'm gonna give this an hour to rise. And I've got another bowl over here, 1 second. Got another bowl here, a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna put in top of there, maybe about a teaspoon, not very much. Just a little bit in there so that the dough itself doesn't stick to the bowl as it rises. I'm going to take this guy, sort of like round it around a lot so it's a little ball. I'm going to toss it in here, get it nice and greased up on all sides. And a little truth in advertising, all of my dish towels were in the wash downstairs. So I had to actually use a cloth napkin. And I'm going to cover this up with one of my cloth napkins. Now this is going to rise for about an hour until we're ready to use it. While that's happening, I'm going to preheat my oven to 500 degrees. I have a pizza stone that I'm going to have right in the middle rack. That's going to be in there as well. So that's really important, not critical, but it's a good part to making a great pizza. So I'll see you in about an hour. Okay, it's been an hour. My dough has, look at this. Boom. Nice and fluffy. That's great. Now I'm just going to roll this out, and a lot of people know how to do that whole thing with their hands and press it out till it's nice and beautiful, or even fling it in the air. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, so I'm just going to knock it out, bring it down a little bit. I'm going to put some flour here on my board, pretty generous amount, so it's there. And I'm going to just roll this out. I'm going to actually squeeze it out a little bit first to get a little sort of stretched out. That's about the best I can do. There will be no throwing of pizza pie in my house at this moment. So I get a little flour in there, and I'm just going to take my rolling pin. I'm going to roll this out really large. And again, it's going to be just for me, but at the same time, I can put some in the fridge for tomorrow. In my book, there's nothing better than a little cold pizza to go with your morning breakfast. I'm going to roll that out. There. There you go, and you can stretch it a little bit more as well. It's nice and elastic, so you actually can sort of expand it. There we go. Now, Very, very thin. You know what I may do? There's actually a little potential hole right there. I'm gonna tear a little off right here. Roll that nice and flat. Don't want to have a little accident with my pizza. Take that, cover it up, just like that. Perfect. Who's gonna know? Well, you're gonna know now because you saw me do it. Anyway, good to go. Let's see. That is a pretty good sized pizza. Now I'm gonna put this on my pizza peel. You got it here behind me. Now my pizza peel, the same thing. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on that so it slides. So I've got it right here. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to that. And you can use cornmeal. Some people actually like to use cornmeal instead of flour. So take that, take my crust, lift it up and just put it right in place here. Stretch it out. And again, you want to make sure it slides, because it doesn't slide, it doesn't get onto the actual pizza stone very well. All right, so a good sliding going on there. Now it's time to dress the pizza. You can dress this any way you want. Now, but I actually don't put the sauce first. I put the sauce second. I actually like to put my cheese down first. And I've got some good mozzarella cheese here, and I'll sprinkle that all around. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of sauce on this, and I've got just a jarred sauce. This is a Newman's Own. Hey, Newman. Just take that. I'm just gonna dab it in about 6 to 8 little spots. Little there, little there, little there, there, maybe there, and maybe there. And I'll just dab it a little bit. I'm not gonna spread it out all the way. Just give a little bit of a little flat dab there. And that's all I'm gonna put there. I'm not gonna put a heavy amount on there. Now again, the rest of it is up to you. I actually smoked a pork tenderloin the other day, so I have leftover bits of that. So I'm gonna put my smoked tenderloin here. And it kind of made me want to think I wanted a Hawaiian pizza. So I've got some pineapple as well. So I'm gonna take this, spread all my pork tenderloin out there. A few more slices there. All right, so that's that. And one for the chef, not bad. And then I've got some pineapple here. And I'm just gonna toss the pineapple down as well. I could probably cut it a little bit smaller than it is, but it's okay. And that and that. Okay? And then one more for the chef. And I'm gonna actually sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top. And that is my pizza. Now let me just get this out of the way. I'm gonna make sure it still slides appropriately, because I do want it to get into the oven there. There we go. Nice and slidey. So let's slide this in the oven and we're good to go here. And there we go. That only took about 7 minutes. Really, really fast. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it up here. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that, and I'm gonna chow down on this and probably have half tonight and the other half tomorrow for lunch or breakfast, either one, not sure yet. Anyway, all the information you need is down below. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Also leave your comments. I love to react to things you'd like to see me do in the future. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope to see you sometime again in the future. Take care, bye.